Who are these dudes?
What's going on? What's going on? Hey man, Mo Diggs here. Welcome to Over the Top Tuesday Pop Culture. We got a pretty decent show. We're going to talk about our favorite TV movies of at least of late. We'll go with that because I've had a lot going on, this week. I didn't really get a chance to do some deep research. And on that note, just a personal side note, rest in peace, Tio Pedro. I appreciate you, brother. You taught me a lot growing up. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you finally found some peace. With me today is the director, Mark, and he's going to be found in the bottom left corner of your screen. That's that beautiful young man. Give us a smile, Mark. Give him a smile. Give the fans.
I don't know about beautiful. But,
And then the top right corner, we got my good friend and lifelong buddy, Tony Blu-ray. What is this, 4 weeks in a row you come on Over the Top?
Yeah, I'm having fun, man.
Good, man, good. We might have to make you a host.
Shit. You do a good job hosting everyone. I'll be here, whatever Mark says, I'll follow. He's the director, you're the host.
Hey, you got some shit on your nose.
I do.
You got some shit on your nose. Yeah, from fucking kissing Mark's ass a second ago.
No,
you
man.
just so far up his ass. You walked right into that one. I'm so sorry. So, Mark, why don't you give us the little lineup, man? Like, how did you want us to go about our top 3 favorite TV movies?
So we were talking about what ideas we wanted to throw out for the next week. And Tony mentioned about some movie he thought was pretty good. It was on TV. And I said, well, there you go. That's like a brilliant idea. Why don't we talk about great movies that were made for television? Because, like, a lot of people downplay television as garbage compared to, like, what is in the theaters. But nowadays, that is a different world. A lot more money, a lot more production is put into television now. And there was actually some pretty good classic movies back in the day that I think we forgot came out just for TV and just blew up. I think even Babylon 5 was a TV show series that started the whole thing. It was just a TV show movie, and that started the whole thing.
Damn. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember surfing to the next channel whenever I seen it.
I tried to watch it, and I was just like...
But you know what, man? Like unfortunately for those things, it's kind of like when you look at like fans, like at real fanboys, it is on. Like there's like true fanboys believe that you cannot like Star Trek and Star Wars. Like
I can like both.
Yeah, but you're not a true fanboy. That's why
I love Star Wars and I like Star Trek.
I like the new Star Trek movies. I don't like the older ones.
The older ones are hard to watch. I agree.
I mean, I think the ones with Picard were pretty good. I didn't really like the William Shatner ones.
I've tried to rewatch those.
God!
Yeah, I don't even get excited when I see that. But when I see people get excited.
So when I see something like Babylon 5, like that's kind of like, that really, like, shows like that have their own demographic. Like, they have their own fanboys. All the fanboys that are into, like, sci-fi, they hit up the sci-fi conventions and things like that. Whereas, not everything's going to be Star Wars. Not everything's going to be Star Trek. But I heard a lot of good things from the Babylon series. It just, I'm just not a sci-fi guy, I guess. I don't know.
What makes fanboys a little bit different, they're basically what we call stans. They're I don't think they're 100% the most genuine of fans. You could call them, like, if you're a genuine fan, you appreciate the show for all what it is and of the series and the things that they are. So they're stans. Like, you could be a fan or you could be a stan. Fanboys are stans. They're not fans. They're fanboys. They're stans. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Okay.
But that's what makes
Okay.
that movie hilarious. That movie was hilarious. Like one of the best.
Was it a comedy?
It was Fanboys was a comedy. Absolutely.
Oh no, Fanboys! Oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
Fanboys was hilarious.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
And like
I thought you were talking about Babylon. I was like, that's a comedy.
Galaxy Quest, I think was like kind of like that. Like it made fun of those sci-fi shows, and then they put them in a like it made it real for them. But I thought that was fun.
Yeah, no, Fanboys was hilarious.
Fanboys is great though.
See, I found myself a purveyor of all forms of media. But like if I'm watching like a hospital show, like I want it to be ER. Like I don't want to watch Grey's Anatomy. You know, I don't want to watch those kind of things. I want to watch ER when I'm watching a hospital show. So I guess I become like a little posh. Like I can't just watch like everything of the same genre. I seem to have my favorites with things. So at least that's just me. I'm just a casual dude. Like I have no loyalty to anything. Just show me the money.
Well, you're loyal to eat.
Show me the last.
You're actually more loyal than R, because you're saying if you want to watch medical show, you only want to watch ER, even though there's no more episodes. Are they still making episodes of ER? I thought it was done.
No, ER is done.
Okay.
ER is done, and I'm not rewatching them either. I watched a lot of ER. When they killed Dr. Green, man, it broke my heart. You know, how you gonna kick George Clooney off the show and bring on John Stamos like it's all cool? Like you threw one cool dude out, so you brought in another one to like take his place. Fuck you, ER. That's when you fucked up. And you're bringing all these Hindu people on there that are all crazy smart and shit like that. Dr. Green can't compete with that. George Clooney is not really smart. He used to go to work drunk on the show. He's not a smart guy. So he can't compete with all these people. You know, it's too much. They made it too hard for the normal people. Who wants to see ER without Juliana Margulies? God damn, she was a fine-ass nurse. Anyway, so back to TV movies. I watched a lot of TV growing up. And if you don't know me, you may find out. I did a lot of drugs in my youth. So all the movies I watched from the TV, I don't really remember them all.
Don't remember, no.
So I can't remember them all, but I knew I was entertained. But what I really dominantly, just like super dominantly now, with the exception of watching Game of Thrones on Vudu, when I watch television, it's Netflix. I just watch Netflix. So my list are all Netflix movies because they're what I remember. And I've had a lot of things on my mind lately. I got a baby coming. My uncle is dying. My grandmother's not well. You know, I got a new job with Coca-Cola. There's just a lot of things going on. So I can't go into the memory warehouse and start looking through the files and trying to figure stuff out. I just know what I know now. So I picked these three movies, and I've watched more than these three movies lately. So I've watched other movies, but these are the ones that stand out.
Here comes Mo's movie list, all from Netflix. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so the first one is played by Thomas Jane in the movie 1922. Now, 1922, not only does it star one of my favorite actors, who's Thomas Jane. I mean, the reason that he's one of my favorite actors is this guy played the Punisher. This guy played a dude who wasn't scared of swimming with 60-foot Mako sharks. This dude was in a Predator franchise. This dude played Mickey Mantle. This dude's a good actor. Thomas Jane is one of those underrated actors, like of all time. Now, obviously, there's a farm and there's some blood on his hand. Let me tell you a little bit about this movie. It's a Stephen King movie. So if you don't like Stephen King, you're not going to like this movie. But this is based off a novel that Stephen King wrote, and he's a farmer, and it's coming on hard times and whatnot. His wife wants him to sell the farm. Wants him to sell the farm. Let's go move to the city. That's not what he wants. He has pride in his farm. He wants to raise his family there. He wants their family to be there for generations. Things like that. So he comes up with this crazy idea of killing his wife. He's going to kill his wife. He tells his son about it because in those days, at least for country folk, their pride was in their land and their work and in their sons. So he trusted his son with this stuff, and I don't want to blow it for anybody what happens. But this is a really good story. It's dark. If you like dark, very dark. It's dreary. The acting in it was pretty good. You know, you can't really speak for everybody else. Thomas Jane did a really good performance. He did not go full retard, so he did listen to Robert Downey Jr. He just kind of went like half farmer, whatever. But he did an excellent job. The acting and it's really good. It's a good story, and it's a classic Stephen King story, man. I thought they did a really good job. Netflix put a lot of money into it.
Okay, that looks interesting.
No, it's really good. I don't want to blow it for you because I'm sure you haven't seen it. I don't know if you're going to watch it.
I'll definitely check it out. No, I have not seen it.
No, it's a good one. It's a very good movie. So did you want me to just go over my list and then we'll go with Tony's after?
Yeah. You started.
Okay.
So go for it. Go number 2.
All right. So that was 1922. So my second pick was Game Over, man. There is so many laugh out loud moments in Game Over, man. So like my 3 picks, I didn't want to pick from the same kind of genre. So the first one was Stephen King, thriller, suspense, dark. Game Over, man. Straight comedy schnick. So many one-liners in this movie. And these 3 guys are like a cheaper version of the 3 Amigos. I mean, but they did it perfectly.
They are the guys from Workaholics, or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
I've seen the trailer. It does look funny. I've just never gotten around to see this movie.
Oh, it's so funny. There's so many. They're just 3 normal dudes, and then all of a sudden they're like under attack, and they got to become warriors, and they got to kick some ass, and then obviously they get lucky with a lot of shit, and it's just laugh out loud. If you're having a bad day, come home and watch this movie. This movie will make you laugh your ass off. I mean, it's so funny, so funny.
Okay, I like those guys.
Yeah,
and
then my
Workaholics
third
is a great
movie.
TV show. Can't really,
Yes, it was.
Can't
It was
really
good.
knock it.
No, you got to give these guys a shot. Give these guys a shot.
Yeah,
and then my third pick is a Christmas movie, and it's a Christmas movie starring my man Kurt Russell, The Christmas Chronicles.
What about Bad Santa?
Fuck that. It's all about Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell is so funny. He's just like, he played the part of Santa Claus so modern. It was just really modern. It wasn't, he didn't turn away, but he still made it Santa Claus. There was still magic, the magic of Christmas and things like that. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was well done.
Yeah. No,
it had really nice effects. You saw it too?
Yeah, I saw it with my daughter.
One of the laugh out loud moments, he's flying the sleigh and they pass in a Christmas billboard. He goes, "Look at that! They always add 50 pounds. Like, do I look like that? I don't look like." He's so vain. Like, he played Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell played Santa Claus as if Santa Claus was Kurt Russell. It was great.
You would have felt like that's why the movie was so enjoyable, and it wasn't your average Christmas movie. It's good, man.
No, it definitely took a step up, I think, in the Christmas movies, and that was my compromise to my wife because she loves Christmas movies. So when we got to the month of December, like, all she wanted to do was watch the Hallmark Channel. I swear to God, if I watch a movie with Rob Lowe in it, if it's not Tommy Boy or Parks and Recreations and it has Rob Lowe in it, I kind of don't want to watch it. Although West Wing was pretty good. The West Wing was a pretty good show. But Rob Lowe is kind of one of those guys that just never leave. He's just always there.
But he's funny. He's a funny guy. In Parks and Rec.
Right. Yeah, Parks and Rec was a good show.
Yeah, he was funny as shit in that show. That's a good pick, man. I'm gonna check out the first 2. I've not seen them.
No, they're good. Especially that Stephen King one, man. Stephen King movie's good.
I like Stephen King.
And you know how Stephen King movies kind of hit or miss. Well, this is the one that hit. This is the one that hit. It's a
All
good
right.
one. I mean, come on, it has Thomas Jane in it. The guy had Tourette's and Predator. It was
Yeah,
great. Fuck you.
I
What did you
liked him
say?
in
I
Predator.
love you. I love you.
I like that movie.
The
Um,
best line in that Predator movie was when she gave the speech to the fucking soldiers about how her husband was a shitty husband and a shitty man and a shitty father, but he's a good soldier and you guys should go and help him and this will be your last chance to fight. And the Spanish guy stood up and he goes, I didn't like your speech. It didn't really inspire me, but nobody calls me a pussy. He walks out. That was great. That's
that
good.
was a good movie.
All right, Tony. What's this TV montage that we have going on? Yeah, hope it's not the Ninja Turtles.
Tony put some thought into this. He all over the spectrum.
Yeah.
He thought back to some past movies and some current movies.
Yeah. One in particular that I chose is actually a Disney TV movie that I remember watching when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite movies, and even now, I own it on DVD. And nobody has this. I guarantee nobody has this movie unless you have it digitally. It's called Brink. You ever seen Brink?
You know what? I
Brink?
have seen Brink. They played it on the Disney Channel.
Oh, yes. I'm thinking they still do. Now, I remember back in the 90s, early 90s, you know, you loved roller skating. Everybody did, especially after you watched a movie like The Mighty Ducks. But when I saw this movie, Brink, I was like, wow, I liked it. I thought it was so, funny, and I thought it was so cool with the skating tricks and all that shit that I could never ever do.
Yeah, no. Neither
But
could I.
I've rewatched this movie, and I gotta say, when you when you watch it now, you kind of want to laugh because now when you see them do the tricks, you're like, son of a bitch, they had a stunt double. Motherfucking never did it. Like, son of a bitch, you really did it. Look at this. Even the chick, the girl had a goddamn stunt double, and it was a dude. Holy shit! And it's a good movie, man. It's
it was another good Disney TV movie? The one with the twin girls that played basketball.
Oh yeah, it's called Double Trouble or something. No, not Double Trouble. Double
Team. Yeah.
Yeah, the Double Team.
I enjoyed that one.
For those of you that have never ever seen Brink, you could probably find it on iTunes or on YouTube or something. It's just about this kid named Brink who is really obsessed with skating. In fact, he calls him and his crew soul skaters because they skate from the heart and they don't skate for money. But all that becomes a challenge when Brink's family is right now have a lien on their house, and they're backed up on bills. So he basically goes out there to try to join another competitive team that's sponsored so he can get money, and it just goes from there. Like with his friendship is challenged. It's a nice movie, man. It's a good movie you can watch with your kids. It's clean fun. I mean, maybe when my daughter's older, she'll probably enjoy this kind of movie because you don't see movies like this anymore. You really don't.
You see good ones now.
But hey, an honorable mention that I would like to throw in there is Saved by the Bell. Zach and Kelly get married. That was a good TV movie, man. Yes. We lived our dream.
I had no idea that this came out.
Oh yeah, man, that movie.
I never watched this.
All right, that was a TV movie. Show's over, guys. We gotta go watch a movie. See you later.
I'm really bummed. I never got what I wanted. Yeah. Was Zach and Kelly to be together.
What I really wanted was a little bit more into it, like the wedding night, but PG. You got to keep it because I had it. Who didn't want to see Kelly Kapowski get slammed by Zach Morris?
It's fans like you why we don't get to see Sansa's boobs in Game of Thrones.
No, it's Sophie Turner and probably her Jonas fucking husband. She married one of the Jonas brothers.
Oh, it's terrible. That's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
All right.
she didn't even
All
marry
right, so
the cool.
check out Brink, man. If you haven't seen Brink, Brink sounds
Check
good.
out Brink. My
Brink was
next
good.
choice. My next choice. It was actually a TV movie. Some people probably thought this movie came out in theaters, but it was actually a TV movie, and it was split into two parts. And that is Stephen King's It. That was actually a TV movie that was never released in theaters. Made me really realize, and made me and it is proof as to why clowns are not good. I don't care what people say. There are no good clowns. I don't give a shit if he's making fucking animals, or it doesn't matter. They're evil. They have evil intentions. There was a goddamn wasn't Will oh my god. There was a psychotic murderer that actually dressed up as a clown, and they have a documentary on him, and he would kill children. This is real shit. Look it up. William, oh my god,
I know who you're talking about.
Gracie, I think his last name is Gracie. I don't remember, but anyways,
Macy.
that one.
No, not Macy. I'm sorry. It's William H. Gracie.
Or something like that, yeah.
Something like that,
well,
yeah.
You know what? Clowns, right, dude. That But you know what? Watching it now, and compared to the actual movie, you're like, wow, this is wow. But
no, listen. It inspired a reboot. It was a movie beyond its time.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was a crazy ass story. But the thing is, they couldn't do the gory stuff that they did like in the movie. They kind of kept it like you don't get to see Georgie's arm get ripped off. You know it got ripped off, but you don't see it like you do in the real movie. But what was crazy is that this movie, just like this TV movie, just like the theatrical release, the reboot is two parts. So you get them when they're kids, and you get them when they're adults. It was fun to actually, you can actually buy this movie on Blu-ray, and the movie, it's long as shit, I will tell you that. And it's like 3 hours when they put it all together. Yeah, it's interesting, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man, check it out. My third one, it's a Showtime movie. It was a Showtime TV movie. It was a documentary, and it's called Operation Odessa. And Operation Odessa, it is badass. I'll tell you who put me onto that. Our boy, El Pingu, Ray. Ronaldo. Yeah, he put me onto this. I remember he showed me this. He was like, "Brother, you gotta watch it. It's like Cocaine Boys, and it's like the story after the Cocaine Cowboys or something." I was like, "All right, I'll check it out, dude. It is really cool." Basically, for anybody that lived in Miami during the the 80s and the 90s, these guys were big around that time. This was it had three guys. It had this guy that you see on the cover. His name is Tarzan. He's Russian, and he came from America. He lived in New York. He owned a lot of clubs. This man owns the legendary club out here in Miami, Pink Pony. No, I'm sorry. Not Pink Pony. Jesus Christ. What's that movie? Porky's. No, I'm sorry. Not
Porky's.
Yes, he owns the strip club Porky's, and he did it because he loves the movie Porky's so much. So he opened up a strip club named Porky's. There's another guy. I think he's Colombian. His name is Juan. He was like a big speedboat salesman, and then a third guy, a Cuban guy. He used to be in the CIA in Cuba, and he used to know Secret Service in Cuba. He was in Special Forces. And the guy is a pilot. He's a freaking genius. He's still on the run. He's a fugitive. His name is Tony Yester.
So is this a documentary or a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie. It's a movie. It's like a
bio. It's a drama.
It's a bio movie. Yeah,
it's inspired by a true story.
No, it pretty much is a true story.
So it's a true story. but it's a movie. It's not like you're listening to
Yeah.
people say facts and whatever. You're watching a movie.
Yeah, you are listening to people say facts, so I could see where you
Oh,
can call it a document. It's like Cocaine Cowboys, man.
yeah.
Cocaine Cowboys. It's like Cocaine Cowboys. It's just like
I
it, except
I
it's
didn't watch Cocaine Cowboys. I lived it. I don't need to watch it. I'm just saying.
man,
At least go
dude.
get him.
Have
Go
you
get
ever
him now. Get him now.
have you ever seen the movie, dude? Have you ever seen the movie American Made with Tom Cruise?
American Made?
With Tom Cruise, where he's the pilot. No, you got to be kidding me. No, you're playing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No freaking way, dude.
I'm sorry.
Tom Cruise
What?
played as a smuggler. Dude, that movie was actually really good. It was actually
I
good, and it was actually
I
based
know
on one of the guys
I
from
know there
Cocaine
was a
Cowboys.
movie with Mel Gibson that he played a smuggler called American something,
Oh, no, that was oh my
and it's with
God,
Robert Downey Jr. also.
no.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's called
Mel
American
Gibson and
Air. American Air.
Air America.
Or Air America. Listen, that movie is nothing close to American Made. Not even this
Really?
close. Yes. This is based on the true story of Barry Seal. You can look him up on YouTube. Barry Seal was a big time smuggler who the CIA hired him and paid him to basically have his own plane, his own little, fucking crew to go out there and smuggle and try and take pictures of, camps where they were keeping weapons like Noriega, General Noriega, and also taking pictures of Pablo Escobar smuggling cocaine. Like this was like all real shit. And this was all from the Cocaine Cowboys. It didn't end too well for Barry Seal. You can actually see it on the YouTube video. They show how they off that guy. Yeah, they totally offed him. You don't fuck with the Colombian cartel, bro. You really don't. Yeah, you really don't.
They gave
bro.
him the bow tie. They gave him the Colombian bow tie.
No, it was three dudes that ran up on him and they just sprayed his car till they had no more.
Oh, so it was like a scene from Sunny and Godfather.
Yeah. Yeah, actually just like that. And in broad daylight of all things. I think it was in broad daylight. But anyways, yeah, Operational Deciman, it's a really good documentary. One of my favorite lines from that movie is this guy, because the Soviet Union had crashed. So these guys went and took advantage. They would go to Russia because he's Russian and he knew that shit. Dude, this guy would go and be like, hey, let's go buy tanks. Let's go buy helicopters. They would buy these things and sell them to the Colombian cartels or to these guys. Submarines. Dude, it's funny as shit. They get a call from because, the Colombian cartel, they want to smuggle the cocaine in the submarine. So they call this guy up. He's like, hey, Tarzan, do you know a guy that can smuggle? Get submarines. He's like, yeah, I think I know a guy. Calls the guy up. He's like, hey, Misha, can you get me submarines? He's like, yeah. He's like, let me give you a call back. Then later on, he gets a call back. He goes, hey, do you want them with or without missiles? Bro, that shit is crazy. Like, that's how crazy shit was. They didn't care. They would just sell it to you. Bro, it was ridiculous.
So, that's still happening today. But what I was going to ask you, who's in this movie? Like, who plays the characters?
Yeah,
any big names?
No.
What?
No, there's no characters.
Oh, because it's a documentary.
Not really. It was on TV and it's a movie, man. It's a movie. It's rated R. They gave it a rating.
It sounds like a documentary.
Sounds like you just need to watch it and watch Cocaine Cowboys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I don't like watching documentaries, man.
But dude, these are not boring documentaries that you and I are used to watching where Mr. Rogers is walking in, taking off his fucking sweater. This is like entertaining shit, dude. This is like
Mr. Rogers taking off his
dude.
sweater.
This is like, bro, Cocaine Cowboys is literally one of the best documentaries of the Miami cocaine era, where how they brought it wasn't just talking about cocaine, but it's just more or less talking about these people that came from Cuba, people that came from Colombia, and how they pretty much, Colombian cartels was taking over Miami, bringing it, flooding the streets with cocaine. That's why Miami's all the skyscrapers, all that shit that you see was all paid with drug money. Yeah, bro, that shit will fucking blow your mind when you
You
watch
want to
that
hear
shit,
something
dude.
interesting? So, the
Yeah.
movie he's talking about, the cast is done by the original guys. Juan Almeida by himself. Ludwig
That's the guy.
Vanberg by himself. Richard Gregory
Tarzan.
by himself. Played themselves in their own movie. That's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. They played in their own
The
movie
documentary.
themselves.
Yeah, bro. That guy Tarzan, bro. You just gotta see that scene with that guy Nelson Yester, bro. That guy's a real deal, bro. They were asking like, hey, can we interview him? And they were like, dude, this guy's a fugitive on the run for over 20 years or something like that. He's been on the
So,
run.
say a person was interested in watching Operation Odessa, how would they be
Yeah.
able to watch it?
You can go on YouTube. You could probably illegally stream it if that's your kind of thing. You can go on Showtime if you have Showtime, and or on demand. Yeah, those are places you could probably, or maybe on Amazon Prime, you could probably check it out there. I checked it out on demand when Ronaldo told me about it on Showtime on demand, and and I was watched it. It's really good, man. I
Okay.
highly recommend.
All
Cocaine
right.
Cowboys is one that you need to watch, sir. You need to watch it.
The next time I'm ready for a nap, I'm gonna put them on.
A nap, a nap.
The
Well,
movie's on
I
Netflix.
will.
Operation Odessa is on Netflix.
Is it now?
It was on Netflix as of March 10th. They added it on there. It's one of the best movies on Netflix.
Oh, wow.
One of the best.
Well, now I can watch it. So
I really
I'm
want
gonna
to
go to
check
sleep in about an hour. So I'll put it on,
Also,
see what I can catch.
no, yeah, it's good, man. Really entertaining.
No,
You
listen,
definitely.
and I'm just messing with you. In all seriousness, like I dig documentaries and I'll watch it. Most of the documentaries I've watched have been on the mob, have been on like serial killers,
See, those
uh,
are good.
things like that. I found out about a specific serial killer. His name is H.H. Holmes, and they are already contracted to make a movie.
Oh,
And I believe
Stockholm.
no, not
Stockholm,
Stockholm.
the Stockholm syndrome guy.
No, that movie's already made. This movie is going to be made, and it's going to have. They already signed Martin Scorsese to direct, and they also scored Leonardo DiCaprio to star.
Fucking, they're blowing each other. Telling you
So
every time.
H. Holmes was a man who was not only a serial killer, but he was a businessman. And he was around in the early 1900s, late 1800s. And the way he got his story started was he started working at a drugstore, and eventually mom and pop who owned the drugstore went away. Oh, look, they signed the business over to him. And he had worked there about 5 years, and they signed the business over to him, and they had left. So he took the profits from that drugstore and he bought another drugstore. And then he took the profits from that drugstore and he bought another drugstore. Then he sold and all the other drugstores that he bought, the owners just vanished. Nobody had any idea what was going on or whatever, whatnot. So now he owns 3 drugstores. He sold them all, and he got 2 partners to start a big hotel in Chicago. And they built this hotel. And in the rooms of this hotel, he built torture rooms. different ways to torture people. Whether he sucked all the air out of the room, or a like sword came out of the bed and stabbed you, or whatever, and whatnot. Once he killed the people, they had a chute that went straight to the basement. He would skin the people after he killed them, use the meat in the restaurant in the hotel, and sell the skeleton to universities. So they really have no idea how many people this guy killed. They only have the count from the receipts on the skeleton, and it was over 200 people. And he got found out. So that's where the Chicago fire started, was at that hotel, and it spread to the city. And I had no idea who this person was and how big a piece of history he was. And the only reason he got found out was the two business partners that owned the hotel. They caught on to him. So he killed one, and then the other one went to the CIA before he could kill him. And what was that guy? His name DiCaprio plays him. The guy who created the CIA, J. Edgar Hoover. J. Edgar Hoover is the one who caught on to him, and that fire started. It burnt that nigga's hotel to the ground.
So is Leonardo DiCaprio going to reprise his role?
He's going to be H.H. Holmes. He's not going to be J. Edgar Hoover.
You know, Martin Scorsese, there are other actors out there.
Oh, come on, dude. I'm excited that DiCaprio is playing this kind of role. Wish this was on TV.
No. That shit on TV.
Movie's going to be crazy.
It sounds like it is. I'll definitely watch that. Oh, that really scared me.
I was terrified. Are you okay, Mark? Everything okay?
That's just Gavin being Gavin.
Good.
You didn't see me flinch,
I'm
right?
glad to hear.
There, you guys jump.
No.
Didn't see me flinch.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was like, whoa, what happened?
I saw you. We all flinched. Tony's eyes and my eyes did the same thing. Like, oh.
Whoa, what happened, bro? Yeah, dude. You will definitely enjoy. I'm gonna see that movie that you're talking about, and you got to see Operation Odessa. Obviously, I know you're on a Game of Thrones high. Actually, you really do got a lot to catch up on. So maybe hold off on Operation Odessa until you're done with Game of Thrones, because you got
15 more episodes.
And you got how many more days, Mark? Like 4 days?
Is it only 4 days?
Yeah, it starts April 14th. So after today, it'll be 4 days.
I'm so upset.
You can do it, man.
Watch out. I can't do that.
You know what you can do? You can nah, you know what you do? It's gonna be fine. You know what you do? If you got HBO, on demand or whatever you call, just leave it there, finish all your episodes, and then when you're done, just stay away from social media. If you hear people talking about Game of Thrones, just la 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 la.
So stay off. Don't be on Facebook.
Yeah, no. Do not get on Facebook. Oh my God. And matter of fact, delete the app. Delete the app immediately.
Delete Facebook?
Just delete it.
I know we're live on Facebook, but delete Facebook now.
I can't
just
do it.
Delete it until that shit is until you catch up, because
only 5 days.
Hey, I can purchase an episode at a time on HBO on demand, can't I?
If you want to, yeah, you can actually.
Instead of buying HBO?
I think you can. You'd have to call your provider. I'm not sure how that works.
I have Xfinity.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you can. I have Xfinity. I'm pretty sure you can buy an episode. You have to go to. You have to
rent one. It's like rent one, yeah.
Or yeah, do that. Yeah, there is ways, because you can do it with Westworld, I think. So I don't see why not with Game of Thrones.
I heard Westworld was the gayest show ever.
I have not seen it yet, but I've heard
Ray swears. Ray swears, but he says it's the best show ever.
He says it's good, but damn, he can't say that until he's seen Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. Game of Thrones is literally the best show. People Listen, Oreo, Johnny Walker, celebrities, sports fans, athletes, the president, who cares? Everybody is watching this fucking show because it is nuts. It is a reason why it is one of the best shows on television.
Well,
So,
let me ask you a question, sir. Can
yeah,
you say that Game of Thrones is the best show ever without seeing Westworld?
yes, I can. I can 100%. I can 100% say that there is no way that Westworld. I'm gonna be watching Westworld and I'll be entertained by it, but it's not gonna have that Game of Thrones like, oh fuck, man, like this is like, dude, some of the
Dude,
characters in that show, are just
the
awesome.
greatest show ever made, and let's be honest, the greatest show ever made was Family Matters. They brought us the wonderful world of Urkel.
Family Matters. I was gonna say Everybody Loves Raymond.
It's a close second.
You would put Everybody Loves Raymond in second over King of Queens? How dare you?
Yes, I would. King of Queens is my favorite sitcom.
You know what's another Saved by the Bell movie? Saved by the Bell. They go to. I think they have
That's not a
Hawaiian
movie. That was
Hawaiian
a
style.
show. There's like 8
No,
episodes.
no, but it was a movie. It's ended up being a movie you can buy on DVD. I swear they
Oh,
had it like
really?
it was dude. I swear to God, this was years ago at Walmart, and I don't know why I didn't buy it. I don't know why, dude. I should have. It was a double feature. It was Hawaiian style. It was called Saved by the Bell Hawaiian style, and Saved by the Bell Zach and Kelly get married. I was like, son of
No
a bitch.
shit. I
And
want
you
to
know
see
that
Zach
Zach
and Kelly get married.
and you know that Zach and Miri make a porno. So it's just like crazy that they have all
Who
these.
does? Who doesn't want to make a porno with Mary?
Mm, I'd rather do it with Kelly Kapowski.
You wouldn't want to sleep with Elizabeth Banks. You would rather sleep with Tiffany Amber
She's
Thiessen
she, yes.
now
No.
or then.
Yes. Not now. The
Now it's
years,
Elizabeth Banks.
the years haven't been so kind. Her neck turned into a trapezoid. It just goes like this. It's like, what the hell happened to you?
That's
What are
fucked up.
you? What is she
I
fucking
bet
working out her traps?
I bet she's a great person.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, absolutely. I'm sure
That's what
she's
you want in
great.
a woman you make a porno with. You want her to be a great
Sure,
person.
great person, man.
Anyways, those are some TV movies. Tony gave me a lot to think about. Obviously, I gotta go watch Cocaine Cowboys and Operation Odessa. I just feel like I already know what I want to know from the drug world, so there's no reason to dig any further.
It's
That's
not
how
the,
I feel about them.
it's not the
But
drug world, man.
those
It's
aren't drug movies.
no, it's not the drug world. It's just like a history of like how it all came about, not how cocaine came about, but just like how corrupt everything was going in Miami. People had their hands in
In the
that
pot.
fucking, yeah, pretty much just because they see how fast and easy that money was coming in. It was just ridiculous. What inspired Scarface was pretty much the events of that movie.
Of Cocaine Cowboys.
No bullshit. Look it up, man. No
So
bullshit.
did Operation Odessa inspire War Pigs? Is it called no War Dogs?
You can say that. You can say it did, but Operation Odessa, these guys were on their own, man. These guys, as a matter of fact, like I told you, Nelson Yester on his own, dude. This guy is a pilot. You want to know how he's still a fugitive? He has a jet, bro. This motherfucker flies himself around all over. So for these people to be able to film him and interview him, they somehow got a hold of him because Tarzan and the other guy Juan Almeida knew how to get in touch with him. So they were like, "Look, this guy's serious. He's on the run. He's not trying to. So he's not trying to like talk to anyone." They basically, they didn't disclose, but they basically told him, "Yo, we will pay you a good amount of money for us to interview you." So he's like, all right. So he would send them different coordinates from here and there because I read about this, like how to get to where he's at. and he ended up in They ended up in like some like hangar in Africa. It's fucking crazy. And they were interviewing him inside his jet.
Wow.
Just watch it. Yo, that motherfucker's hilarious. He makes me laugh because he reminds you of like one of your Cuban uncles, the way that he talks and the way that he dresses. And you're like, yo, this dude reminds me of one of my uncles, like my Tío Pepe. Like, look at this motherfucker right here. Or
Well,
like,
I remember Tío Pepe.
yo,
That nigga was wild.
yo, just like, like talking like Cuban as hell. Yo, this is crazy. I never knew about these guys, but I remember, some of the events that took place, during that era. But yeah, check it out, man. Cocaine Cowboys too, man. It was really crazy.
All right, most definitely. So, Brink, 1922, Game Over,
Gotta see
man.
that.
Christmas Chronicles. These are 6 movies that we
good
felt
holiday movie.
good enough to mention to you guys. So do yourself a favor and watch it.
Christmas Chronicles. I suggest Christmas Chronicles is a good Christmas movie to watch with your loved ones.
Unless you got a thing for Kurt Russell, then just play it when you're alone.
Not in my top 10 of Christmas movies, but definitely a worth maybe number 12 or 11. Sorry, bro. Home Alone 1 and 2 take the first 2 and then Jingle All the Way. So that's my first.
Where's Home Alone 3?
Home Alone 3 is like.
You guys are gonna go on forever.
4.
You guys are gonna go on forever.
Yeah,
you gotta say
real.
bye. You're gonna argue forever.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna.
Don't yell at me, Mark.
Yeah,
we already started hosting another show on the thing. I thought you guys were done, and then he just started telling this whole story and everything like that. So they get bonus footage on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, we already left. We're already hosting my boy Big E. I thought we were done.
What's up, Big E? All right, guys. All right. So then, see you later. We mentioned the movies. Thank you so much, Tony Blu-ray. Thank you so much, Director Mark, for keeping us in line. And all I gotta say is, fuck the Ninja Turtles. Deuces.
All right, guys. We're live every Tuesday night. Typically about 9 o'clock, about 9:30, and you could just watch these two kind of battle it out. Also, if you like music, check us out on Sunday. Playing music with Gigi Gallo on Sundays. And then the sports, Thursday. He says, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Sports, Thursday, 10 a.m. He says he's good. So Thursday, sports, 10 a.m.
Okay, we can do that.
Night, guys.
Yeah.